This is a C major chord, and so is this, and so is this. And this is a C7 chord, and so is this, and so is this, and so is this. Now, I'm sure you're asking yourself, how can all these chords that look so different on the stave be the same chord? Well, it's because they all contain the same notes. It's just that the order of those notes has been changed. They've been reordered, they've been rearranged, they have been inverted. For example, here is our C major chord again, and here it's in what's called root position. Root position refers to a chord in which the lowest pitched note of that chord is also the one in which it's named after, i.e. here we have a C major chord and the lowest pitched note is a C. But if we rearrange those notes, the chord is said to be inverted. Our root position triad was the notes C, E, then G. Now we have a first inversion where the notes go E, G, C. And we can invert the chord again to what's called a second inversion, and there the notes will be G, C, E. Now let's look at the score for one of my favourite ever Elton John songs, and there are many of those to choose from. This is the score to Someone Save My Life Tonight, and we can see by either looking at the bass notes or by these handy chord symbols here that Elton John is using chord inversions. But why is he doing this? Why not just use the chords in their root position and save ourselves a lot of trouble? Because by using chord inversions, we get this very smooth bass line, where we're just descending down the A-flat major scale, either by step or by half step. Whereas if we use all our chords in their root position, we will be jumping around a lot more. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. We are used to jumping around by fourths and fifths and thirds in music. It's just sometimes the composer may want something a bit smoother. If we have a 3-note chord, we have 3 different positions for that chord. It can be in root position, first inversion, or second inversion. And it follows that if we have a 4-note chord, well, there are 4 different ways that this can be positioned. We can have that in root, first inversion, second inversion, or third inversion. And here is an example of a chord in its third inversion. This is from Beethoven's Pathetique Sonata, from the third movement. And here we have a C7 chord. And it's actually that 7th note, that B flat, which is in the bass. And this then resolves onto an F minor chord, which itself is inverted. So what we have here is a very standard perfect cadence, a 5-7 to 1 perfect cadence, which would usually sound like this. However, Beethoven has inverted both of the chords, the 5 and the 1, to facilitate this very smooth bass line. One last thing to note is that it's much easier to use chord inversions on some instruments than others. I think we see it a lot in piano music because it's very easy for us to change the bass note and therefore invert the chord. However, if you're playing solo acoustic guitar, it can really throw up some difficult chord shapes and therefore hard to play progressions. Now let's listen to song 4 out of 100. This song is called Drydocked.
So many waterways, so many places to escape. To me, it's just a maze. I'm not my kind of contemplate. The locks before me flood like I deserve what I should. Pretend to you before. I don't wanna cry out loud. a maze. I'm not that kind of contemplate the locks before me blood, like I deserve what I should have said to you before. I don't wanna cry out loud. I don't wanna cry out loud.
Well, there we have it. Song 9 out of the 100 done. 91 to go. And what did I learn from this song? The songs really can end up sounding quite different from what we first envisioned. They really do change and evolve during the writing process. Maybe not in major ways, but they will change during the process of being created. Now, one way I've found that my songs really change during the process is with lyrics. And when we're writing songs, a change in lyrics can often mean a change in melody. In previous songs, I've had to change phrases, the sentences, the words. I've had to move things around so I could make them fit. In this song, I had to omit a word altogether. I had a musical phrase, very easy to play on the piano and on the guitar. But when it came to singing it, well, it seemed really fast. It was a lot harder. What was easy for the fingers was hard for the voice box. And after a bit of jiggery-pokery, I just got rid of one word altogether, and the phrase was much easier to perform. It's this kind of constant changing and editing that I think we as songwriters need to embrace. Now, today we obviously also spoke about chord inversions. If you can think of any songs that use chord inversions that you really like, please put them in the comments. I'd really like to know what they are. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you got something out of it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And please, join me in the next video and the next song.